And public media takes another blow straight to the chest from another PDF file case. And this person happens to be from the Mr. Beast crew, a pretty prominent figure that I'm sure everyone has heard of at this point. Kris, or Kris Tyson rather, I feel that it's a very self-proclaiming title, but anyways, has had many allegations against them. And I'm sure everyone has heard of this because if you don't live under a rock like me and actually spend time on the internet, you would know what is happening. So, Kris Tyson has been exposed for being a PDF file due to retrospective events that they deliberately did, such as texting a 14-year-old, hooking up people on a Discord server, anything that has to do with people that are underage. Like, I don't know if he knows what the age of consent is. I genuinely do not think he understands about the conceptual basis of the age of consent. Yeah, because clearly, based on these retrospective events, he doesn't. But don't worry, he didn't turn a blind eye to this predicament. He actually responded, and here's the tweet right here. Now, I have mixed feelings about this tweet, and it's pretty nauseating to read anyways. Now, this tweet is pretty implicit in terms of what he actually did. He kind of just said, "Oh, sorry," and then kind of just left there and left the Mr. Beast crew. Yeah, I beg to differ. So Jimmy made a response in regards to the accusations and allegations of Kris Tyson and claimed that he fired him, which I believe because I'm not gonna believe Kris. But at the same time, I do not believe that he wrote this because this manner of writing and speaking is just not Jimmy. You know, he does not speak in this sophisticated manner. But I still believe he fired him. Now, I'm not going to argue with the fact that he didn't apologize because he actually did, even though it was pretty half-assed, but his apology is devoid of many attributes to an actual apology, like, "I'm sorry I offended anyone," and didn't really state what he was doing, you know, he kind of just left us there to guess. So being the nice and lenient guy that I am, I will show you what he did and said on Twitter because, oh boy, he said some pretty nefarious stuff on Twitter. So we're not going to take this in levels, like, from like, least worst to most worst. I'm just gonna go straight in. Like, the thing I'm about to show you is like absolutely abhorrent. Nothing gets my knob cranking like some... What? Okay, well maybe this could just be some edgy joke, right? No. Well, this next one shows equally reprehensible behavior, and God, like, what the f is this? Bonus fidget spinners to really throw in some extra autism? What the f is this dude on? And to make matters worse, he is actively, or was actively endorsing this guy named Shadman, who drew CP. You can look up the definition, but basically every chance he got, he would literally pull Shadman out of his ass on Twitter like he was his superior god or something like that. The fact that this guy was at the Kids' Choice Awards just tarnishes his public image even more. Yeah, I wonder how Nickelodeon feels about letting a literal PDF file into their show. If I were them, I would have diminished every trace of his presence regarding, like, the Kids' Choice Awards or any Nickelodeon show from public media, like, because that is just deplorable. And there are still people that are defending him, and if you're still defending him, I think you need to be put on some type of watch list along with him. You are considered an accomplice, because if you still defend him, what are you doing? Like, as a contrarian to their arguments, I'm going to bring up a couple of their claims. One being that, just because he makes edgy jokes doesn't mean he's a PDF file. Do these look like edgy jokes to you? He's literally saying this on the internet. Like, deliberately. And you're saying that these are jokes? I don't think this is a joke if this is like recurrent behavior. Yeah, and last I checked, I think jokes were supposed to make me laugh or anyone else in the world laugh, but yeah, it's just not doing that. And even going as far as alleged victims actually defending him, well, I'm sure there's a concept called blackmail or simply not being aware of what is happening in the heat of the moment. You know, this really makes me concerned about the future for content creation. The fact that this many prominent figures were being exposed as PDF files is probably not coincidence at this point. Like, who knows? I could be next. You could be next. Your dog could be next for all I know. Like, this is genuinely abhorrent behavior. And I think Jimmy made the right choice terminating Kris from the MrBeast crew, because clearly Kris did not leave of his own volition. He got terminated. I mean, when he's saying shit like that bitch look good for a 4-year-old, I think you can tell that this is very f***ing concerning. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar really made the theme song of 2024. Like, how hard is it for a famous YouTuber or person or streamer or anything to not go near a minor? Like, how hard is it to stay away from them?
Julian!
Yeah, 2024 is officially the worst year to be a minor, and like I said, with this many predator cases, yeah, this just isn't a coincidence. I feel like there's some type of virus that's going around that's probably going to infect us later, and we're gonna call it the predator virus, because, like, yeah, if this many cases were disseminated in this short amount of time, yeah, there's no mistaking it. This is definitely some sort of virus. Yeah, but all jokes aside, if anyone that fell victim to Kris Tyson's misdemeanors, like, I hope you can, like, mentally recover from this, because, yeah, I think misdemeanor is an understatement. Let's just say a federal offense, because this can literally get you locked up, and he deserves to be locked up with all the stuff that he's done. Man, I'm just reminiscing on the good old days with MrBeast's channel, and the fact that it will never be the same really just breaks my heart. I mean, I know there's some shit going on about MrBeast right now, which I might cover in another video, but as of now, things have been settled. You know, Kris is no longer with the MrBeast crew, Jimmy confirmed it himself, and we're all happy, I guess. Yeah, dude, I'm so concerned for our future. I'm telling you right now, and the next day there's gonna be another predator case. Some famous YouTuber. If it's Markiplier, I'm quitting YouTube. Like, I'm not even joking.